goes. Napoli versus Juventus. Round 6 of the Serie A is upon us. As Evra flirts with the sideline, puts it back inside. However, for Hernandez, Juventus starting in attack this Saturday night with the whistles cheering around the São Paulo already.
That gives you an idea of how much it means to the Neapolitans if there's a match that they love to win. Is this against the old lady?
Straight away, Higuain showing his a class above the rest. Lovely.
Higuain has got a lot to prove. Hasn't been picked for the Argentina squad for the upcoming matches. A certain Paulo Dybala has, and that has irked Gonzalo. Let's see if it irks him into finding the net.
Partnered, of course, by Callejon and Insigne tonight. Insigne, 2 goals for the season, including one last week against Lazio.
That's a risky pass by Chiellini, right in front of Insigne.
Bonucci sends this high upfield, looking for Pogba, who can get onto the ball. Met by Hussein. Pogba looking for a way through into the area. He's found one. Zaza, poor control from the former Sassuolo forward. As Alan now sprints, gets the ball over halfway for Napoli. A lovely return pass for Hamsik. Napoli looking to start explosively here with Insigne. Dispossessed by Hernandez just as he was about to pull the trigger.
Indeed, that's free-flowing football from midfield. And catching Juventus on the hop, but the defensive line was still in place for Juventus. They weren't outnumbered on that counter-attack. Just with the pace from Napoli, just too much for the Juventus players to catch them up.
They've already scored 7 goals in the opening 15 minutes so far in this season. They really know how to start quickly off the blocks, and tonight they have shown us once again as effort goes way over the crossbar.
That's one thing they picked up from last season. Also under Benitez, they were quick out of the blocks. There you can see mistakes from simple passing out of defence, which has really hampered Juventus. The Juventus side that have created plenty of chances this season. But to say the matches at home, which they've struggled, that defeat against Udinese, and then draws Chievo and Frosinone. Juventus created tens of chances, and any other campaign they would have taken home 9 points out of 9. So this thing's not working out for the old ladies so far this campaign, but they're still playing football. But if Napoli score an early goal, will be a huge question marks over their morale. The top 2 are facing each other tomorrow evening, with Inter hosting Fiorentina, and so some points are going to be dropped there by one of or both of the top 2 teams. That's why Allegri's keeping his cool.
Return pass from Higuain, Insigne! 25 minutes gone, Napoli 1, Juventus 0, and it's Lorenzo Insigne who gets his 3rd goal of the season, beating Buffon with a right-footed strike into the bottom corner.
Beating Buffon with a wonderful right-footed strike into the corner, but what a wonderful move, the 1-2 with Higuain. Higuain taking both central defenders away with him, leaving that huge space down the middle. And Insigne, you saw one shot earlier that was disappointing for him, not the second. Buffon rooted to the spot, can only watch it go beyond him.
An exquisite 1-2 here between Insigne and Higuain.
You can see there from the replay perfectly, Chiellini going in behind Bonucci, and nobody in the centre of the defence there. Insigne is not going to miss from there.
Wonderful, wonderful celebrations as well from Pepe Reina. An important opener here at the São Paulo. We have to wait and see whether or not Insigne will be eligible for that trip to Poland.
Well, I don't think they'll risk it. They've got a straight swap in Mertens. Well, there's also Guzman hanging around there somewhere in Naples.
Yeah, plenty of firepower on the bench. Gabbiadini's had a bit more of a run than De Guzman. Signing Omar El Kaddouri.
El Kaddouri's just come back from loan. tracking back again by Callejon. Not seen much as an attacking force from the Spaniard, but certainly helping out Kusai. He has been very effective. It's all part of the Sarri mentality.
So the header from Pogba, surprising him a little bit, looked like. The ball coming straight to him, but only sent it out for a goal kick. For 3.5 minutes plus stoppages remaining in this first half. We do expect to see a bit of stoppage time because of the injuries.
Another injury there. Lemina leading with his elbow, catching Hamsik. Third head knock of this first half.
Well, after that goal, we've definitely it's been a bit of a stop-start affair. As the arm swung by French guy Moniz. Kick to Napoli. Or was it? Big play on, says the referee now, as Zaza makes a chase for the ball. Yusai lifts this one up for Callejon, but Evra was there to the ball. Pass from the Frenchman, finds Bonucci. Pogba. Evra to Chiellini. Not much urgency shown by the Juventus players to get it forward as Pogba presents himself, receives another long ball from Bonucci. It's a poor option.
Not easy for them. Bonucci ignored the option in the centre circle with Hernandez. It's always there, always available, but sometimes it drops in too near to the defender.
Long ball for Zaza, good control. Not
good enough, Marco, not good enough. You're a Juventus player, over the top, you're expected to control that. The first time of asking.
Flag was up,
yeah. Going back to Hernandez, he drops it too close to the defender holding the ball. Now the defender knows that if Hernandez is pressed and the ball goes back to the defender, he's already on the spin, chasing back to goal, and it's too risky. So Bonucci preferring to go long, trying to switch play.
Dybala. Ball pass again, going straight to Callejon. Draws it well. Gets it away to Yusai. Callejon getting straight back to his feet to receive the ball. Albiol, Koulibaly. In the final minute of this first half. Just seen Lorenzo Insigne give Napoli a 1-0 lead. 26th minute. Before being substituted in this his 100th appearance in Serie A. Ball again forward for Mertens. But comes up with possession. 3 minutes of added on time have been awarded then here at the San Paolo. Padoin. Rather, that gets it to Dybala, who loses it to Allen. Hamsik now. Mertens down the left-hand side. Callejon and Higuain are in the middle. Mertens across to Hamsik, controls it. Little back heel for Jorginho. It's a little late arriving, the Brazilian. He's managed to keep possession for Napoli. As Allen goes back to the defenders. Koulibaly and Albiol.
Dybala there going back inside his own half to pick up possession and overdoing it, losing the ball. They put pressure on his defence immediately.
Hamsik through ball now for Gulam. Great chance for Napoli. Gulam, Buffon, Callejon, shot goes wide after Buffon made the save.
That was a chance to go in with a 2-goal advantage over the champions at the break. Callejon. Obviously not easy, the ball coming straight back out to him. Couldn't get it on target.
Did take a deflection. Buffon with the restart as Hernandez goes back to Bonucci. Calling Buffon into the mix is Chiellini now. Races down the left-hand side. Bonucci, pressure on him from Mertens. He gets away cleanly though.
They wanted Hamsik to be backing him up there, the Dutchman.
Koulibaly. And just to get the ball back with Zaza here. Thought he could get around Reina, but the Spanish keeper sticks out his hand and deflects the ball away from Zaza as he was about to shoot.
And the game's opening up. Here's the final minutes of the match. To remind the final seconds of stoppage time in the first.
Mertens with the effort, trying to curl it in. What an opportunity gone begging here for Napoli.
End-to-end action. Reina scooping the ball away from Zaza one end. Napoli breaking forward. Here's the suicidal pass back from Koulibaly. In Zaza's control, letting him down.
As Pereira skips past Albiol. Yusai sends it out. He thought he got a deflection off Pereira. And indeed, that's what the referee agrees with. So throw into Napoli, and what a period of stoppages we've seen here at the San Paolo. 3 opportunities. Callejon, Zaza, and then Mertens. A super finish to this first half.
Does this match have a cup final, sorry, a cup tie feel? There's got a cup final feel to it. We said in introduction, a draw does neither side any good, but that's all for the first half.
There's the half-time whistle. And the season almost on the line here for Juventus should they fail to get back. But a long ball forward for Zaza, met by the head of Reina. The flag eventually went up for offside.
About 5 times now that Zaza's been caught offside. Obviously for Napoli it's a dangerous game to play, but they're playing it well.
Mertens, you can see, not agreeing with the referee's call there. Hernandez with the mistake. Here's Higuain, charging towards goal, puts it on his left foot, the shot and the goal from Higuain! Napoli 2, Juventus 0. 62nd minute, and surely Napoli are heading towards a victory here this evening.
Higuain did it all on his own. He preempted the pass, took the ball away, charged down. The Juventus defence took on Bonucci, and his shot had enough power on it that despite Buffon's hand, it ended up in the back of the net. And a 2-goal advantage with less than half an hour to go for the Juventus. That themselves have not created a clear-cut opportunity. It's going to be a long way back for the champions.
Well, his 10th goal in the last 7 Serie A matches here at the San Paolo. He really is an informed centre-forward, and there was no doubt in his mind that he was going to have a shot at Buffon when he entered the area there. Wonderfully taken strike. Fantastic finish there from Pepita Higuain.
Remember Higuain in the Supercoppa from last season, a match played in Qatar. He and Buffon had an amazing tussle all evening.
The ball falls for Dybala here as he takes it out to the left-hand side and crosses it inside for Pereira, and then Lemina has cut back the deficit here at the San Paolo. Napoli 2, Juventus 1, a minute after Higuain's goal. And it's all on now for Juventus.
Never write off the old lady. He finally having something to feed off inside the penalty box. And what did he create? A wonderful cross. Look at this. Right across the face of goal. And Lemina arriving at the far post, driving the shot in. So inside right, Pereira dropping him wide. There's Cuadrado actually playing the trequartista behind the front two of Morata and Zaza.
As a loose ball finds Pereira. Here's Morata on the edge of the area. The shot, and it's wide of the target.
So Reina there said he was confident the shot was going wide. I wasn't so sure. Whipped in by Morata. And it must have gone wide just by a fraction.
Great ball across there from Pereira, showing great vision to see the Spaniard. And there is the warmth of the São Paulo crowd directed towards Higuaín. Paduin with the throw-in, and then deflection from Gulam. Good decision from Reina to come out.
And if Higuaín wanted to send a message to Martino, our coach, who is the more on-form player between he and Dybala, well, there's no question about this evening's performance.
Buffon releases to Chiellini. Took a risky pass there, but he can't keep it in play. Rivera not quick enough to receive that ball as Nedved and Andrea Agnelli. Tension all over their face.
Trying to release the strain in their own particular fashion.
3 losses in the opening 6 matches is what they're facing.
And we'll have people scurrying to the history books again. They've already had figures of 1970-71, the last time 2 defeats, 2 draws and 1 win. 1 win in 5 rounds was the worst since 1984-85. Already mentioned, not since 3 points for a win. Juventus had only 5 from the opening rounds. Less than 5 minutes away from making it 5 from the opening 6 rounds.
So when will it be panic stations for Max Allegri? If it isn't already.
Losing at the São Paulo, I don't think could ever have any club panicking and pressing the red alert button.
There's Mertens now, receiving down the left-hand side from Callejon. Time is on their side. They have the advantage, Napoli.
Going back to the next stations. Certainly, this evening, we've seen that Hernanes is not the deep playing, creative midfielder that Allegri would like to have in his pocket. There's another yellow card for Paduin. We need to see Marquisio or Khedira, who's back training with the team. Khedira could be ready after the international break. And a player of strength and charisma is needed at the centre of the park for Juventus.
Whistle goes as Mertens plays it back to Jorginho. Exchanges with Gulam. Now Jorginho forward for David Lopez. Lemina, great strength from the youngster. As Juventus break away now. Zaza for Pogba. Callejon comes back, as we've seen him do so many times to recover possession.
Yeah, relentless running from Callejon this evening.
Quadrado. Mertens to the ball and is fouled by David Lopez. Juventus need to show some of that fighting character they've had in previous seasons. So the third and final substitution then for Max Allegri, as Alexandro comes on to replace Paduin. Zaza loses it. Allen with Gabbiadini. The return pass needed to be in the path of Gabbiadini. It wasn't, as Buffon had very little problems in getting to the ball. Callejon again, showing such determination. The Spaniard now inciting the crowd.
There's the lack of personality again in the centre of the park that made the problems for Juventus. Lemina didn't want to take the weight of the team on his shoulders. That difficult pass for Evra.
Last touch from Yusai here as we're in the final minute of regulation time.
Just think about a certain Roberto Mancini watching this. You have Inter Juventus just round the corner. And obviously a question of ifs and buts. But meet Inter at home tomorrow in Milan against Fiorentina. To make it 6 out of 6.
Here's Gabbiadini. Thought he saw Buffon out of his goal. I understand why else he'd want to go for a shot like that. As Gabbiadini tries to steal it away from Chiellini. Chiellini is fouled here. He's looking for the foul and he was successful.
And again, great work by the Napoli outfield players. 3 minutes of time added on. Gabbiadini's come on as a substitute. And he's been harrying, chasing, exactly as Higuain did. The number 9 was on for 85 minutes. This is the work ethic coming out from Sarri in his work through the week. As we said, De Laurentiis called him the professor. And we've got to say students have followed his words this evening.
A mistake from Chiellini, sending it directly out. Yusai with the throw-in. As the Napoli fans start singing here. Have they done enough? Three points for Napoli will send them up to 9 points, level with Milan and Lazio, who play tomorrow.
And Napoli, who then go to the San Siro next week.
So Lazio, Carpi, Juventus, Milan, Fiorentina was the run for Napoli, and they've won the 2 home games and drawn away to Carpi.
And Roma, how easily it is to slice through the Carpi defence if you're on a good evening.
Cuadrado keeps it in play. Pogba thought he was fouled, or at least there should have been a foul to free kick to
The ball's
Juventus.
driven into his midriff, and he's winded there. It's painful, close range ball, really belted at him.
Throw of the dice now for Juventus as we approach the final minute of stoppages. The ball hoisted into the air, into the area with Chiellini. Now Zaza. The shot from Morata.
Claims for a penalty. The referee waves play on Marco.
Dramatic scenes at the San Paolo with Juventus.
There's the foul by Morata. That's where he's got to get out of his game. That is no good for Juventus. They were keeping the pressure on there. And then just had to vent his frustration for that. No penalty award with the ball striking the arm of Allen. It bounced off a teammate, bounced off another, then came back and hit him on.
Yeah, there's too many deflections here. I don't think there's ever going to be an intentional handball awarded.
But I still agree with Sarri. He said, I haven't seen Juventus in a state of crisis. They're still capable of winning 10 games in a row. And they are.
Full time here at the San Paolo. Napoli defeat Juventus by 2-1. Insigne in the first half. Higuain made it 2-0 after the interval before Lemina cut back the deficit, but it wasn't enough. Napoli go level with Milan and Lazio on 9 points. A big result here at the San Paolo.
Yeah, the killer blow coming from Higuain, the man of the match. He showed Dybala what it is to be a true centre forward.
That's all from us here at the San Paolo. I'm Marco Palmieri.